Happy Easter. Welcome back to Two Girls and Grandpa Blair's channel. Our hides that we were tanning last week aren't quite ready due to the humidity and snow we got this week, so we'll finish filming that video next week. Instead, we're going to show you a video that Grandpa Blair made.
Yeah, so Grandpa made this video with Doug Miller in 1998. He came down and filmed it, and it's about wilderness survival skills and things that me and Paige want to learn, so we hope you enjoy.
Can help you make it out alive.
And I think because there's so much more interest in the outdoors that a lot of people just think they can go out and not have a problem.
These scouts learned some lessons that could benefit us all. We got the story next up on Outdoors with Doug Miller. A nice campground or you're packing along some well-marked trail. It's a lot different when you're lost and you're scared and panic grabs a hold of you. And if you've ever been lost, you know that feeling. So how do you beat it and come out alive? A group of scouts learned some of those lessons that could benefit us all.
The theme of the camp is wilderness survival. And so we threw away all of our Dutch ovens and stuff like that and just came up with our backpacks.
In fact, the scout camp up Payson Canyon a couple of weeks ago had very few conveniences associated with most camps. Even so, the idea of an educational camp aimed solely at wilderness survival skills has brought more interest each year. The weather even cooperated with a drenching rain the night before.
I think it turned out to be a good night for it. If it had been good weather, we wouldn't have been able to test our skills. But they've learned to cook for themselves, start their own fires, and build their own shelters.
Most of them camped without tents and had some other survival skills on how to make little buddy burners and cooking skills to be helpful for them in a wilderness setting.
But this was much more than a crash course in lean-tos and buddy burners. In this simulated wilderness, there were simulated emergencies, like how to stop bleeding.
All you want to do is just take something that you can, just like this fellow, just take something that you can cover the wound with and just push hard. You just want to just really crank down on that until you stop the bleeding. And if you can do that for a number of minutes, most of the time you can get bleeding stopped.
Good, positive attitude.
In session after session, the camp stressed the most basic lesson for these scouts. That is, if you are lost or you're in trouble in the backcountry, stop where you are and make a plan to survive.
You know what those priority lists are? Anybody? Number one, we already talked about, right? What was it? Don't panic. Stay where you are. Number two, if there's any first aid that needs to be taken care of, get it taken care of. Number 3 and 4 are interchangeable. Depending on your situation, it could be find some sort of shelter, especially if it's coming down to nighttime. And the other one is signal. Figure out some way to leave some signals for somebody that may be looking for you. Water is number 5. How long can you survive without water? 3 days. Okay, depending on your environment, 2 to 3 days.
They built survival kits to tuck in their fanny packs, and they learned the basics of fire starting, like using a battery and a piece of steel wool to help ignite even wet kindling. But the lesson that was perhaps hardest to swallow was the ultimate in survival rations.
Don't eat that worm. No, we don't take him back out. Get him back in. We don't play with him. Fighter. Remember, if they were good, the supermarket would sell them.
I hate it.
All right. You all right?
I got it.
You okay? All right. I've never seen a robin do that.
Yes, sir, you may be able to survive with a fine casserole of worms, but myself, I'd rather have a nice mess of fillets any day.
I hope you like this video. I'm Grandpa Blair, and life is nothing but a bunch of memories. A lot of the gentlemen and people in this video which you just seen are no longer with us, and I just want everybody to remember that we do not choose when we're born, whether we're a young man, young woman, or where we were born and raised, whether it was in Alaska, Canada, United States, Russia, or we're in Europe. We're all born where we are, and our dear Lord was the one that put us there. Like my dear girl said, we wish you a happy Easter, and we're deep sorry for the tragedy that has happened in Brussels, and may God be with everyone.